The lunch bell echoes throughout the school building.
さて飯だ。ユーマは弁当か？
No, I'll eat at the cafeteria today.
ってことは、コナミちゃんと一緒か。
Yeah, apparently she'll pick me up here, so I'm waiting for her.
相変わらず仲のいい兄弟だな。
You think so? I think we're pretty normal.
普通の兄弟が学校で一緒に昼休みを過ごすわけねえだろ。
Well, I can't really tell. After all, I don't really have model siblings to compare with.
兄弟じゃなくても親類が校内にいるだけで気恥ずかしいもんなんだよ。
I see you're pretty knowledgeable about that despite being an only child.
と、この前見た映画で言っていた。
So it's superficial knowledge. I feel speechless and at the same time a bit envious in response to his flippancy. Right, speaking of movies, I saw that one yesterday. The one you claimed to be really scary last night.
おお、あれか。どうだ？面白かっただろ？
Yeah, I'm glad I watched it. I thought it was a snuff film from how Aoi reacted, but I guess it's because she was so scared from looking at the cover of the film that she reacted that way.
そうだろ、そうだろ。ちびったりしなかったか？
Is that how it looked to you? Besides, thanks to the environment I grew up in, I'm pretty good at handling horror. You say that, but Tina's environment is a lot more grim than yours, and she appeared to have handled it the worst.
なんだよ、つまんねえな。怖がっているユーマなんて女子に高く売れるぞ。
I'm not for sale. And exactly how much would you charge them anyway?
女心が分かってないな、ユーマは。
That may be true, but I think I'm still better than you at least. At least I don't talk about body weight in front of girls.
ねえねえ、ゆうくん。
What is it, Mio?
来たよ。
I see. It's about Konami.
うっす、コナミちゃん。
連休中ご無沙汰してました。何先輩でしたっけ？
この短期間で名前忘れられた？
冗談です、野村先輩。
He has a very forgetful name.
一文字も合ってないんだけど。
その人は声太くんだよ、コナミちゃん。さすがミオさんですね。ボケを本気で返されました。
Since you were saying it with a straight face, it's basically hard for anyone to tell whether you're joking or not. Not just Mio. Yeah, but like, did you think she was joking? Or, I mean, did you think she was serious?
その微妙なラインが面白いかなって思って。
俺も一瞬本気で忘れられているかと思ったわ。
Come on, forget so. Let's go. Konami already did. That's why. Never mind.
みおちゃん、友人にどうでもいいとか言われたんだけど、俺はどうすればいい？
声太くんは攻めがいいと思うな。
え？攻め？
Not finding the motivation in me to retort to that strangely out of sync conversation, I take my wallet and leave my seat. See you later then.
それではまた放課後に。ところで兄さん、左腕は大丈夫？
My left arm. Nothing is wrong with it. Why?
朝まで私の頭が下敷きにしていたみたいだから。
So that's why you asked. When I got up, it was slightly numb, but it's completely fine now.
そっか。ごめんね。
If you had a peaceful sleep thanks to that, I don't mind it at all. Wait, how did you know that you slept on my arm until morning? I wonder why. I wonder how.
一回起きちゃって。またすぐに寝たけど。
You didn't notice the ruckus this morning?
なんとなくみんなの声が聞こえたのは覚えてる。兄さんとティナさんと葵さんと あれ？他にも別の声がしていたような。
No, there wasn't another voice there. That was just my voice. A very monotone and drawn out version of my voice. You know, I just do that sometimes. I guess you heard Kataro. This is bad. Naturally, I can't introduce her to a strange creature like Kataro. Didn't you just mix it up with a dream while you were half asleep?
ああ、そうかも。
That's a better excuse then. I should sternly admonish him for to avoid talking if anyone else aside from Tina or me is nearby.
あれ？ユウマくんにコナタン？
It's not the first time he's talked to Yuma in front of other people. Alright? He did that in Mio's route too, when he was suffocating in his bag. Senpai?
こんにちは、アン先輩。やっほー！連休明けで久々だね。
Yeah, though the holidays will continue in 3 days.
寂しくなるな。生徒会の仕事はその間にはないんですか？実はあるよ。
First time I heard of that.
ごめん。今日言うつもりだったから。で、二人してどうしたの？
We're on our way to the cafeteria.
先輩もどうですか？いいの？お邪魔じゃない？
I don't really mind, and Konami doesn't mind either, right?
アン先輩なら歓迎です。そっか。じゃあ今日はお姉さんがおごっちゃおうかな。
No, it'll be my treat.
なんでユウマくんが？
Well, you gave us that ticket after all.
チケット？って、おかげでおととい家族と行ってきました。じゃあ結局ユウマくんも行ったんだ。
Well, yeah.
そっか。有効活用してくれたならよかったよ。ありがとうございました。
And for that reason, let me treat you to lunch today.
いいよ、そんな気にしないで。どうせコナタンにあげないとゴミになってたものだし。
That may be true, but still.
ならお礼として学食で一緒してもらおうかな。どう？
Well, if you say that you're fine with just that, I won't complain.
じゃあ二人に付き合わせてもらおっと。こちらこそよろしくお願いします。よーし、土産話を聞きながらみんなで有利の和風メイドをエロい目線で見つめよう。
I'll have you know, I'm only going to do that in her respective route, okay? I'm not going to do that in Konami's route. Seriously? What is the student council president saying with a loud voice in a hallway filled with students? See, she can get away with saying it because she's a girl. Didn't you know?
私もそのプレイに協力します。
Same with Konami.
コナタンも言うね。
It might be better to pretend that I don't know these two as much as possible.
だからって、なんで私に報告するんですか？
It's like it's like the scene we just saw was something they retold Yuri. After sitting down, Senpai foolishly tells the concerned person that she's going to be stared at lustfully.
なんとなく礼儀かなって。
But only by girls, because it's okay if it's girls. What kind of etiquette is that supposed to be?
ユーリ先輩が素敵すぎることに対する？
I'm just refusing to say anything else that will inject my opinion into the situation.
コナミさん、お世辞を言っても安くはならないよ。
I mean, I don't think it's that hard to figure out my opinion on this trope.
残念です。 姉ちゃんいいケツしてんじゃねえかとかはやってもいい？
あいにく当店ではそういったサービスはしておりません。
有利ってばケチだな。
先輩、まだ股間にお冷やをこぼすという手もありますよ。
そっか、それもあるね。
ありません。
Although, it doesn't help that the CG where Yuri wears this uniform shows her panties. They're like, you know, it's not just these two that expect you to, that are expected to look at Yuri lustfully. Just be glad that it doesn't show her panties in the actual sprite. It's hard to believe that the very same sister who had such a lovely sleeping face last night was saying something like that. Come on, you two. Make your orders quickly.
もう、ゆうまくんは真面目だな。
うちの兄がすいません。
I should be the one apologizing for you.
ありがとね、浅場くん。
Sorry about my sister and this student council president here. Coming here with Senpai might have been a mistake after all. Having taken out orders, Tsukushima returns to her post with a tired expression on her face.
いやー、やっぱりあの制服はいいね。有利にバッチリ似合ってる。
そうですね。素敵に着こなしているので何度見ても飽きません。ね、兄さん。
Yeah, it really suits her.
ゆうまくんってコスプレフェチ？
I do, but that's a topic for another day. What brought you to that conclusion? I merely stated that it suits her.
またまた。本当はあの着物をはだけさせたいとか考えちゃってるくせに。
No, I don't. And wouldn't removing the cosplay defeat the entire point of having a... Never mind.
兄さんが望むならあの制服を優里先輩から借りてくるよ。
And what am I supposed to do with that?
クンクンする。
You know, Konami, I thought you were going to suggest that you wear it? Alright, if the joke here is meant to be that Yuma has a cosplay fetish, then aren't you meant to wear it so that he can experience something? Never mind. Like I'd ever do that.
相変わらずゆうまくんは硬いな。
You only think so because you're too lax. That is both her strong point and her weak point at the same time. Leaving that aside, didn't you want to hear about our epic adventures?
おっと、そうだったそうだった。
So she had forgotten about that, huh?
で、家族でってことは浅場先生も言ったんだ。
Yeah, actually, she also got one of those tickets.
家族4人で行ってきました。
To be precise, a group of 4 plus 1 animal.
ならちょうどよかったね。で、あれ ?4 人 ?3 人家族じゃなかったっけ？
Well, we're taking care of a relative's kid at the moment. I thought he was going to say of a relative kid at the moment because she's a Soul Reaper, so like, is she really that young? It's kind of troublesome to explain that about Tina. I don't think it'd be problematic if I told her, but I guess there's also no need to tell her either.
そっか。女の子？かわいい？
はい、女の子です。小さくて可愛いよね、兄さん。
I wonder about that. I guess you could say so as long as she keeps her mouth shut. But as soon as she opens it, the irksome impression she gives off outweighs everything else.
小さいか。ゆうまくんってばそっちの毛もあるの？
What?
はい、実は。
Don't just answer in my stead. And also, senpai, I don't have that kind of fetish. Besides, You never know who might happen to overhear our conversation at a place like this. So I'd like her to refrain from bringing this kind of stuff up.
お待たせしました。性癖とか聞こえましたが、学食で何の話をしているんですか？
It's all Anne's. Anne's the only one bringing it up.
ユウマくんがロリコンって話。
No, that's only the case in the last route. Give me a break, senpai. At that moment, I finally confirmed that bringing her along really was a big mistake. Which means that her route will be a big mistake. I line up the pieces on the board as the Shogi Problem Collection book says. I didn't get to practice yesterday, so I have to do it properly today. But my thoughts are spinning around spinning around Nissan rather than what's on the board. How he surprised me at Flower Park. How he slept in the same bed how we slept in the same bed again after a long time. For some reason, that's all I can think about.
じゃなくて、
And this is all being brought up now. I mean, I guess if we had those two situations back to back, it wouldn't make sense for there to be a scene where Konami can't think about anything other than the flower park, right? So I guess you have to wait until after he also, after she also sleeps in the same bed as him. Right now, it's more important to solve this five-move checkmate situation. Rook to 2-2. In that case, the king will move to 1-3 and get away. Then I should use my bishop. No, the rook.
コナミさん。ティナさん。あ、将棋してましたか。うん。昨日は映画見て寝ちゃったから練習しようと思って。あの怖いのですね。もう思い出したくないです。私も同感。
According to Nissan, it was really interesting, but I was so scared that I don't remember what happened in it.
それよりコナミさん、昨日と一昨日はとてもいい感じだったと思います。いい感じって何が？もちろんユウマさんとのことです。恋の妖精として頑張りましたが、どうでしたか？恋？
Just what is Tina talking about? Me and Nissan.
大丈夫です。言わなくても分かってます。コナミさんはユウマさんにぞっこんですからね。ぞっこん。違いますか？前、ユウマさんのことが好きかと聞いたら、好きと言っていました。ああ、先週の。
I finally understand. In other words, she misunderstood it for me being in love with him. Nissan.
どなたかわかりませんが、ケイマさんと同じくらい好きなのですよね。
How should I explain this to her? To begin with, can Tina even understand the difference between love regarding family and romantic love? You would think a quote-unquote love fairy would, but even she doesn't really distinguish between the two. When she talks about how much she loves people in the family. But since she said that she loves Aoi and me, I get the feeling that she will.
ティナさん、私と兄さんが兄弟ってことはわかる？はい。ユウマさんとコナミさんはご兄弟です。じゃあ、家族とは恋愛しないってことは？なんでですか？好きな人は好きっていいんじゃないですか？それはそうなんだけど。でもね、私の言う好きは恋愛じゃないの。違うですか？うん。兄さんのことは兄さんとして好き。 男性として好きっていうのとはちょっと違うの。
難しいです。
この前、ティナさんは私のことも好きって言ってくれたよね。
はい、コナミさんのこと好きです。
私の好きは、それと同じ好きなの。わかる？じゃあ、ティナさんは、私や葵さんに恋してる？
わからないですが、してないと思います。
だよね。だからそういうことなんだ。
そうでしたか。
Since things turned out to be contrary to her expectations, she looks like she's disappointed now. Did I do something bad? No, I can't let her have this kind of misconception after all.
私の見立てでは、コナミさんは絶対ユーマさんに恋していると思ってました。
そんなわけないよ。兄さんは兄さんだもの。
本当ですか？ユーマさんのことは全然好きじゃないですか？
ティナさん？
フラワーパークの時も昨日もとっても素敵に見えたです。私の勘違いでしたか？
それは。
It's true that it made my heart race when Nissan drew his face close to mine at Flower Park. And yesterday as well, I can't deny that Nissan, who was so gentle to me when I was scared, looked really charming. But...
だけど、私と兄さんは。
ご兄弟で恋愛をするのは、そんなにおかしなことなのですか？
I can't answer anything in response to Tina's innocent question. I mean, yeah, romantic love between siblings is. Just because it's normalized in anime doesn't mean it isn't weird, especially since they're blood related. It's not just that society doesn't accept it. Even the law forbids marriage between kinsmen of the first, second, and third degree. Everyone knows that. I didn't realize she would say the word kinsman, but I guess if she wants to be jargony about it. I don't think that's the right way to say that word. But that has nothing to do with the question, or whether I'm in love with Nissan or not. Is it really so wrong if you, by chance, happen to fall in love with a family member? It's fine if you live in Alabama, but not here. I don't have enough life experience to answer such a question.
ごめんね。わからない。
私もわからないです。世の中謎だらけですね。
そうだね。謎がいっぱい。
結局、ユーマさんのことは好きなんですよね。
うん。大好きだよ。
だけど、それは恋愛ではないんですよね。
多分
なのですか？
なんだか考えてたらよくわからなくなってきちゃった。
じゃあ、もしかしたら恋愛かもしれないですか？
違うと思うけど、そうとは言えないかな。
よくわからないですね。
よくわからないね。
All the while sensing a strange feeling, as if there were an unceasing sizzling, smoldering something deep within my chest. Big words. I continue to rack my brain regarding Tina's question, which I'm unable to find an answer to.
Todayもポカポカだね。
Mio, you're making an unbecoming face.
なんだか気持ちよくって。
As always, we're on our way to school in our group of 3. And for some reason, my sister, who's walking beside us, keeps staring at me. What's the matter, Konami?
なんでもない。
That's so. Yesterday, on the way to school, I also suddenly noticed that she was staring at me. It sort of bugged me, and thinking that there might be something on my face, I went to the restroom to check in the mirror, but everything was fine. Maybe there's something she wants to talk to me about. Hey, Mio, about Konami.
何？
Don't you think she's been conspicuously staring at me since yesterday?
ゆうこのことを？そうなの？
Well, don't mind it if you haven't noticed.
ねえねえ、こなみちゃん。ゆうくんに何かご用？いえ、別に。
Really? Nothing you want to talk to me about or anything?
ないよ。ただ。やっぱり、よくわからない。
Right now, I don't understand anything either. Well, it doesn't seem like she wants to talk about it, so I guess I'll just leave it be. If there was something really troubling to her, I'm sure she would talk to me about it, or Tina about it.
兄さん、今日の帰りだけど、多分遅くなるから先に帰ってていいよ。
Is there something you have to do?
最近サボり気味だったから、アン先輩にカツを入れてもらおうと思って。
Motivation? Could it be that you're talking about shogi?
うん。こなみちゃん、ファイト！
By the way, Mio, you're also members, you know. We're also members, you know.
言われてみれば、そうだね。でも私、ルールとか知らないよ。
That's news to me. Come to think of it, it may be the best case that I never played shogi with her before. The four of us, including Konami and Miu, frequently played around together when we were kids, though.
みんな、おはよう。ゆうり先輩、おはようございます。
Yo,
おはよう、ゆうりちゃん。楽しそうね。何の話してたの？
well, a bit about shogi. Tsukishima, do you know the rules?
うん、一応ね。と言っても、最近覚えたばかりだけど。なんで覚えたの？なんでって。私たちも将棋部の部員なんだし。さすがゆうりちゃん、真面目だね。
Yeah, typical.
では今度、一曲手合わせをお願いします。ちょっとまだ、コナミさんとはやれないかな。私なんて大したことないですよ。兄さんに負けているくらいですし。
That's just luck. If we go by skill, you're far better than me.
ミオさんもこの機会にぜひ覚えましょう。そうだね。みんなできるなら私も覚えようかな。これで将棋部の輪が広がっていくね、兄さん。
Good for you, Konami. Probably because she never had friends her own age who she could play shogi with. She looks really happy right now. Yeah, she still hasn't found any friends her own age she could play shogi with, though.
ほらみんな、そろそろ教室行かないと。
Right, let's go then. Right, Mio, Yuri, Yuma, all a year older than her. Anne's 2 years older than her. Tina's however many years older than her. Looks way younger than her, though. So, still hasn't found anyone. As I'm about to head to my classroom, a voice as if she wants to tell me something leaks from Konami. What's the matter?
なんでもない。それじゃあ行くね。
Then, the moment she begins to walk, Konami pitches forward. Konami!
コナミさん！コナミちゃん、大丈夫？
Yeah, that was close. I somehow managed to catch her in my arms and make her stand properly again. Be careful when you walk, okay? Konami. Her face is dyed in a faint red. Don't tell me, did she trip because she wasn't feeling well? Let me check your temperature. In order to measure her temperature, I moved my hand towards her forehead.
Yeah.
But she strongly brushes off my hand. I don't think brushes is the right verb to use when you hear the slapping sound.
コナミさん。その、
Konami?
なんでもない。
Hey! What in the world was that about?
コナミさん、どうかしたの？
Well, I don't know anything either.
びっくりしちゃった。
Letting out a scream like that is unusual for her, considering that she basically never raises her voice. She didn't want me to touch her. Maybe she's having a late rebellious age or something. I thought he was going to say maybe she's developing an anthrophobia like Mio, but sure.
あ、そっか。反抗期って突然なるものじゃないと思うけど。じゃあ、おトイレ我慢してたのかな。転びそうになったからびっくりしただけでしょ。
I see. It's most likely just as Tsukishima said. She was merely in a state of surprise, and that's all. Man, talk about confusing.
ほら、それじゃあ教室へ行きましょう。はーい。
The chime rings to signal lunch break, and everyone begins to get up from their seats.
コナミちゃん、今日はお弁当だよね。一緒に食べない？そんなこと言って、どうせあんたは浅場先輩の話を聞きたいだけっしょ。やめてよ。それもあるけど、コナミちゃんも大好きなんだから。やだ、もしかしてそっちの人？もう、そういうことじゃないってば。
On days I have my own lunch with me, my classmates always come to invite me like this. It makes me really happy, but today, I...
ごめんね。今日のお昼は生徒会の仕事があって。ああ、そうなんだ。お昼休みまで大変だね。好きで入ってるからね。仕方ないよ。ああ、でも生徒会に入るのいいかもな。浅場先輩も小枝先輩もいるし。小枝先輩はちょっとおすすめしかねるよ。大丈夫だって。この子先月から2キロ太ったらしいし。ちょっとそれは内緒だって言ったじゃん。そうなの？夜中にお菓子食べ過ぎちゃって。どうせあんたは顔が良ければ誰でもいいんでしょ。あと10キロ太ったら小枝先輩にアタックしてみなよ。
I was going to make that joke, but she beat me to it.
不吉なこと言わないでよ、もう。ごめんね。くだらない話で引き止めちゃって。大丈夫。でも、夜にお菓子はやめた方がいいよ。気をつけます。それじゃあごめん。また誘ってね。気にしないで。いってらっしゃい。頑張ってね。
Seen off by the voices of my classmates, I leave the classroom. It was a lie that they're student council work. Even though he saved me, I took a harsh attitude towards Nissan, so I wanted to go make up with him and have lunch together, that's all.
でも、なんで？
Why did I take such an attitude? When he was about to touch my forehead after catching me in his arms, I somehow felt really embarrassed. Am I still brooding over what Tina said the day before yesterday? Even though there's no way that could be true. We're siblings after all.
行こっと。
With a lunchbox in my hand, I hurried to the second year's classrooms. Nissan, will he be there?
と。
Arriving in front of the classroom, I check whether Nissan is there as usual. he's there, but
ねえ浅場くん、さっきの授業ノート取ってた？
yeah, I did. Do you want to take a look at them?
お願いしていい？ちょっと寝ちゃってさ、ごめんね。
聞いて浅場くん。なんかこの子徹夜でドラマ見てたんだって。バカだよね。
Sounds unhealthy.
だってすっごいいい話だったんだよ。もう最後は泣きっぱなしで。
はいはい、分かったからさっさとノート借りなさいよ。ていうか、なんで私じゃなくて浅場くんに借りるの？
決まってるでしょ。浅場くんの方が字がうまいし、なんかいい匂いするんだもん。
いい匂いって。本人目の前にしてよくそういうこと言えるわね。
I'm sort of at a loss on how to react to this.
ごめん。ちょっと徹夜のテンションでおかしくなってるのかもしんない。
Well, I'm okay with lending you my notes, but make sure to sleep properly from now on, okay? You'll ruin your skin.
今なんて？
I just said you'll ruin your skin if you don't sleep properly.
肌荒れを心配してくれてるの？浅場くんが私の？
ああ、もう浅場くん、あんまりこの子調子づかせないでやって。
Sorry. Nissan seems to be enjoying himself as he talks with some of the girls in his class. I don't know. Yeah, in his class, I don't know. A stabbing pain runs deep within my chest. What is this feeling?
兄さん。
I guess I shouldn't bother him. I turn my back and return to the hallway. Where should I eat lunch? Well then, I guess I should eat lunch now.
どうしたんだ？疲れた顔して。
No, it's nothing. I never would have thought that lending notes could be so irksome.
ま、だいたい予想はつくが。で、あれ？コナミちゃんは？
Konami? Why are you mentioning her all of a sudden?
いや、さっき廊下でコナミちゃんらしき後ろ姿を見てさ、てっきりユーマを訪ねてきたと思ったんだが。
She's not here though. Are you sure that was her? That it was her? Maybe she wanted something from Mio or Tsukishima.
まあ、来てないならいいか。で、その月島さんとミオちゃんはどうしたんだ？
Tsukishima has to work, and Mio went to our neighboring classroom to eat her lunch with one of her friends there.
そうか。仕方ない。華やかさには欠けるが、ユーマと食事してやろう。
I don't remember saying that I wanted to eat with you, though.
まあまあ気にするなよ。仲良くしようぜ。
Oh well, fine.
だからってなんでここへ来るんだお前は。
ごちそうさまでした。
Having finished Aoi's lunch, I tidy up.
本当に、なんでここへ来たんだろうね、私。
私が知るか。というか久々に顔を出したと思ったら弁当を食べに来たとか。ふざけてるのかお前は。
だってお腹空いちゃって。
相変わらずマイペースなやつだな。
ここ、飲食禁止だった？
いや、調子が悪くて教室で食べられない生徒はベッドで食事をすることもある。
というか、ナオさんも一緒にお昼食べたしね。
Because I was at a loss on where to go, since I can't simply go back to my classroom, I found myself unpacking my lunchbox at the infirmary before I knew it. It now kept me company.
変な話を聞かせてごめん。
生徒の悩みを聞くのも私の仕事だからな。気にするな。
Incidentally, I also told her the course of events that eventually brought me here.
まだ戻らないんだろ？ならコーヒー入れてくれ。
うん、 ちょっと待ってね。
Since long ago, during the time when Dad was still alive, Now always had me make her coffee whenever she dropped by at our house. When I once asked her about it, I can't let Asaba Sensei do it, right? And the coffee Yuma makes taste like shit. She gave me that explanation.
はい、どうぞ。
Language now, geez, in front of her, however old she was at the time.
あ、ありがとな。
After taking a sip of the coffee, Now exhales.
しかし、コナミ、お前いい年してブラコンか？いや、もともとブラコンだったか。
もともとはファザコン。
ああ、そういやそんな話、ユーマと先生から聞いたことあったな。
ナオさんと初めて会った時は、もうすでにファザコンでブラコンだったかも。
娘に好かれて嬉しかっただろうな、浅葉先生も。
だから私、ナオさんのことも好きだよ。
ファザコンとブラコンの話をしているというのに、なんで私の名前が出てくる？
だってナオさん男前だし。
よく言われるが、単に周りの男どもがめめしすぎるだけだ。
それに葵さんと一緒にいると夫婦みたいだしね。だから夫であるナオさんは私と兄さんのお父さん。
無理やりお前らの家族に私を巻き込むな。
男家族が増えれば兄さんも喜ぶかも。
こんなに女らしい父親がいてたまるか。
でもナオさん、学生の頃はモテてたんじゃない？
まあな、全く知らない後輩からよく手紙を渡されたりしたぞ。
ラブレター？
大体は仲良くしてくださいみたいな内容だったが、中にはそういうのもあったな。
さすがナオさん。お父さんの勤めてた学校での話だよね。
ああ、
女子校って本当にそっちの人もいるんだ。
私も葵もノーマルだからな。
Why are we talking about this so much? What? This has been the topic for like 5 scenes now. It started with it started with the cafe. It started in the cafe with Anne and Yuri, and before that too with why Anne wanted to go to the cafe.
信じてるから大丈夫。
それならいいが。
その年まで彼氏ができたことなくても信じるから。
やかましい。お前だってそうなるかもしれないんだぞ、ブラコン妹。
新しいお父さんは痛いところをつくね。
乙女に向かってお父さんとか言うんじゃない。
じゃあお兄さん？
お姉さんだ。性別を間違えるな。
Did she finish the coffee she's been sipping throughout our conversation? With the cup in one hand, Now stands up.
入れるよ。
大丈夫だ。もう満足した。
She opens the water tap and quickly washes the cup.
さてと、そろそろ戻ったらどうだ？
そんな、養護教諭を頼ってここに来た生徒を突き放すの？ひどいよ、ナオさん。
ひどいわけあるか。保健室はな、病人のためにあるんだぞ。
Having said that, Now seems to ponder something for a short while.
いや、そうか。お前もある意味病人だな。
Yeah, lovesick.
悩んではいるけど健康だよ。
重度のブラコンだろうが。
そうでした。
Right, now that she mentions it, we've been talking about that subject just now. We've been talking about that subject just now. We were talking about that subject just now. Whatever.
つまりあれだろ。女子たちと仲良く喋ってる兄貴を見て嫉妬したんだろ。
嫉妬？あれが？
当事者じゃないから 私に聞かれても推測でしか答えられん。
When I recall the scene I just witnessed, that stabbing pain coursing through my chest once again. Somehow a very unpleasant feeling is filling my whole body. What is this?
お前の兄貴はむやみやたらにモテるんだ。そんなのは今に始まったことじゃないだろう。
それはわかってるんだけど。
Like she said, I've always seen Nissan talking to girls I've never met. However, if I had to identify the difference this time, that'd be...
コナミ？
なんでもない。ごめんね、ナオさん。教室に戻る。
ちょっと待て。
何？
わかってるよな。ユーマはお前の兄貴なんだ。
それがどうしたの？
いいか、コナミ。おかしな考えを起こすんじゃないぞ。
Too late.
おかしな考えって？
I perfectly understand what Now is trying to say. However, I want to clearly hear it from someone else's mouth, so I end up asking that question.
兄弟はな、死ぬまで兄弟だ。それ以上でも以下でもない。お前たちは一生決して縁を切れない。その代わりに男女の間柄には決してなれないんだ。コナミ、ユーマのことを男としてなんて絶対見るなよ。もしそんな気を起こすようだったら私に言え。監禁してでもお前の根性を叩き直してやる。
ありがとう、ナオさん。
It's precisely because she deeply loves the two of us that she's lecturing me with a serious expression on her face.
でもね、
That's why, while putting up a calm face, I...
安心して。そんなことあるわけないから。
She lied as naturally as she breathed. I could only reply like that, ignoring the throbbing pain deep within my chest. That night, although we haven't played recently, Konami called me to her room to play a match against me. Have a match against me. I thought she might be sort of ill-humoured due to what happened this morning, but she's apparently not. During student council work after school, she had also completely returned to her usual self. There's just one thing that has changed, though. She mostly stopped staring at me like she did this morning. Say, Konami.
何？
While arranging the pieces on the board, I decided to ask her what has been weighing on my mind. Maybe so simply mistook someone else for you, but did you drop by our classroom during lunch break? As I ask her that, her eyes slightly dart around. So it was you after all.
ちょっと用事があって。
What exactly?
別に大したことじゃないから。
It's normal for her to simply enter the classroom like she always does, so I guess it really wasn't anything important if she decided not to. Since you were already there, you could have just come in and told me anyway, right? Right?
そもそも兄さんに用事じゃなかったし。
Is that so?
ちょっとね。
Then I guess you wanted to talk to Mio or Tsukushima. That makes sense. Neither of them were in the classroom after all.
ある男の人が気になってるの。
Uh-huh. Did you just say you're interested in the guy? As the truth of the matter turns out to be something I never would have imagined, a profound confusion assaults me. Konami, a guy? From my class? Who could it be? Just who is this guy? So? Or is it someone... At that point, Konami's surprised expression brings me back to my senses. Sorry, it's fine if you don't want to talk about it. It's just that it's a bit surprising to hear that you're interested in someone.
驚くだけ？
Yeah? Is there supposed to be anything else?
例えば、祝福してやりたいとか、寂しくなるとか。
I also, yeah, is there supposed to be anything else? First of all, why? Like, okay, I understand that Konami doesn't really understand the feelings that she's experiencing, and she just kind of just said she was interested in a guy in the classroom, but this is not the follow-up to that topic, to this topic. They are, Konami and Yuma are siblings. I don't think you need his blessing if you were interested in a guy. Now that she says it, that really might be how you'd usually react.
あとは胸の奥が痛むとか
Makes my chest hurt.
そういうのはないの
That's kind of hard to answer on the spot. Since the feeling of surprise outweighs everything else, I'm at a loss on how to answer her. I'm still too surprised to feel anything else, so I can't really tell.
そうなんだ
Konami, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean Yuma doesn't like you, okay? Give it some time for him to process the feeling of the hypothetical of Konami being interested in a guy that isn't Yuma. I can't deny that I have that feeling of loneliness you mentioned, though. But still, I know that I have to give you my blessing regardless of who it is.
寂しい
Apparently, he does. Her voice almost resembles a whisper. Then Konami speaks in a low voice, so as to digest my words.
そっか寂しいんだ
My precious little sister is leaving my care and is becoming infatuated with another guy. Is it only natural that I'd feel lonely in that situation? After saying that, even I myself notice that it sounds like I'm suffering from a severe case of sister complex.
私のことそんなに大事なんだ
Of course.
兄さん私のこと大好きだもんね
Yeah. Konami giggles happily. But it's true that I'm curious on who he is. If he's from our class, could it be so?
ごめんね兄さん嘘なの
Or, what did she say? She was just kidding. Also, out of everyone, right? I get So is meant to be quote-unquote attractive, but out of everyone, people in the student council should know So's type, and, I don't think Konami wants to, add a bit of, I don't think she wants to put on the pounds.
驚いたあもう驚いてたんだっけ
In response to Konami's utterance, that is all too much like her. A huge sigh leaks from me.
すごいため息だね
It's your fault.
ごめんなさいちょっと行ってみたくなったの
For that reason well, whatever. Since that day might eventually come, I'll consider this a rehearsal.
じゃあ次の予行演習はまた来週ね
If you do that every week, I won't believe it when it really happens, you know?
それは困るな兄さんには毎回信じてもらわないと
If you value my heart's health, you should really spare me from that.
兄さんには長生きしてもらいたいから気をつけるね
Yeah, you wouldn't want to die a second time, especially since the Soul Reaper who revived you the first time is, well, she isn't there at the moment. She says that with a smile on her face, rendering me incapable of telling whether I can really take her word for it, take her at her word.
兄さんの教室へ行ったのはちょっとユーリ先輩に聞きたいことがあったからだよ
Is this the truth this time?
嘘ついてどうするの
Well, that's the thing. Yuma doesn't know, but the first thing you said, the first reason why you came to the class was actually the truth. Says the person who just lied about it.
本当だから信じて。
Alright then. Still feeling my heart palpitating. Yeah, palpitating. I calm my slightly haggard breathing.
ねえ兄さん、嫉妬はした？
Towards whom?
相手の男の人に対して。可愛い元を取られるかもしれないんだよ。
Well, as I said a few minutes ago, Konami is very precious to me. But I have no intention of getting in the way of a family member who's seeking happiness.
そっか。
Konami? I guess there must be a concrete reason as to why she asked something like that. Looking somewhat sad, she lets out a sigh. Hey, Konami. She's a family member whom I've been living with under the same roof with almost my whole life. Yeah, same roof. Wait. I've been living with under the same roof with almost my whole life. What? She's a family member whom I've been living with under the same roof with almost my whole life. Okay, yeah, sure. Get rid of the second with, unless I'm reading this wrong. I'm not as good as she is when it comes to me. I'm not as good as she is when it comes to me, but I somehow know when she's feeling some sort of uneasiness, and I listen to her worries. Could it be that what you said before was actually the truth?
なんでそう思うの？
I mean, good on you for picking up on that, but I don't think she's going to admit that. I just somehow got that kind of feeling by looking at you. If I'm wrong, then that's fine, but did I hit the mark?
わからない。
You don't know.
好きなのかわからないの。どうなんだろう。自分でね、自分の気持ちが全然わからないの。なんでもないことでドキドキしたり、かと思えば見慣れている光景でイライラしたり。
Konami soberly lists some examples.
もしもね、今のこの気持ちが好きなんだとしたら、恋愛ってすごい大変なのかもしれない。
I see. Tina, that school nurse, and Aoya as well. All three of them unanimously told me to fall in love. But right now, I have yet to experience what it's like to fall in love. Sorry, Konami. I've absolutely no clue what you're supposed to do in this kind of situation. That's why, even if Konami was really in love with someone, since I know nothing about love, I wouldn't be able to help her at all.
兄さんに彼女でもいればよかったのにね。
Yeah, not because of the experience of having a girlfriend, but so that Konami doesn't have to be so conflicted over being in love with you. Right. If I had a girlfriend, if I knew what it's like to be in love, if that had been the case, maybe I could have better understood Konami's feelings.
それならきっと私は
Sadness, pain, resignation. I'm not able to follow Konami's words, which contain a mixture of various feelings to the end. I'm merely filled with a feeling of frustration and shame towards myself. Ugh. Why was there a red flash too? A piercing pain runs through my chest. I think he's having a heart attack.
ねえ兄さん、私が誰か知らない男と付き合ったらどう思う？
A few minutes have passed. In the end, it was no longer the right mood to play shogi anymore, so we began putting away the pieces without actually touching them. Damn, I didn't know you were telekinetic. Being able to put away the pieces without touching them? Never mind. But while we were in the process of doing that, she asked me that question, probably in an effort to lighten the heavy atmosphere. Well, I guess I'd give you my blessing.
相手がとんでもない DV 男で毎日泣かされていても
Don't fall for such a guy. And also, how would Yuma know that you would have fallen for such a guy if he didn't know him?
例えばの話
Yeah, I understand that much, but to begin with, it doesn't make sense for me to... doesn't make sense to me as to why she would even bring up a hypothetical question that entails dating a violent guy.
助けてくれないの
Of course I would. Even if it meant committing a crime, I'd definitely tear you away from such a guy.
頼もしいほどのシスコンぶりだね
Seemingly satisfied with my answer, she looks happy. So at least date a guy who won't turn me into a criminal, okay?
努力はするけど約束はできないよ
Yeah, it's a bit... You know, it's a bit unfortunate that this route is going to lead you down to the path of being a criminal through dating your sister. Well, I guess that's something you can't make promises about. I'll also try to avoid becoming a criminal then. During the course of our conversation that shifted into unsettling terrain, the cleanup operation has come to an end. Well then, as I'm about to leave her room, Konami throws another question at me.
兄さんはどうなの好きな人できた
Well, after spending some time thinking about it, I've understood that it isn't something that simply happens at my own convenience.
じゃあまだなんだ
Unfortunately, no.
いつも綺麗な女性に囲まれてるのに誰も気になる人はいないの
To be honest, I don't know.
ミオさんとかアン先輩とかユリ先輩とか
I agree that all of them are really pretty, but when it comes to the question of whether I'm in love with any one of them, I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
好きかどうかはわからなくてもいいから兄さんが今一番気になっている人は誰
In accordance with Konami's question, I let the faces of the student council members and my classmates surface in my mind. It's true that there are quite a lot of attractive girls around me, but still, I have no hint of any romantic feelings towards any of them. Let's see. Never having been in love with anyone before, there is only a different form of love I harbor towards those important to me. So all I can do is name the one person who is the most important and precious to me among them all. Unfortunately for you, that's going to lead to a misunderstanding on Konami's part. In other words, that person is... It's you. Probably not having expected that it'd be her, Konami's eyes blink in surprise.
私
Of course, I didn't mean it in a romantic way. Yet.
それはわかってるけど
If I asked who is the most important person to me, and the one I love more than anyone else right now, I can't think of anyone but you.
そうなんだ
Spilling these words almost in a whisper, Konami staggeringly heads to the door. Hey, where are you going?
トイレ
Konami? Did I say something I shouldn't have? Yes, you did say something you shouldn't have. But it's not your fault, so it's fine. My heart throbs violently. I know it's because he suddenly said something like that. But thanks to that, I can finally see things clearly now.
兄さん
Yeah, now there's no doubting it anymore. She really is in love with him. As family, he's the one I've spent more time with than anyone else, and I think that's basically the only reason why it's him. I understand all of that. It should be as clear as day to me, and yet...
なんでこんな
My head overflows with my emotions towards Nissan.
兄さん
Then, feeling so intense that my chest feels like it's about to die, about to be torn open well up inside me.
兄さん兄さん
About to die. I believe that it wasn't like that. I wish that it wasn't like that. But my heart is filled with emotions that betray these thoughts.
好きだよ兄さん
The flower of a never-to-be-fulfilled love is blossoming in all its beauty.